You push a suitcase across the cracked floor tiles toward the airline counter. The plastic handle is slick in your palm. The mechanical scale gives a soft, impatient beep. The digital readout jumps, then settles. The red light blinks. That tiny red number on the scale is what turns a calm trip into a high-fee scramble. Picture this moment clearly, because everything I say next will map back.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right
back to it. The sounds of conveyor belts, the murmur of other passengers, the agent tapping keys, and the faint chemical smell of airport cleaning solution. That blinking red number is not just a penalty, it's a decision point you can control before you ever get to the counter. Start preparing at home. Lay out every heavy item you plan to pack: shoes, toiletries, electronics, souvenirs you'll return with. Use a handheld luggage scale or your bathroom scale to weigh an empty suitcase and then a loaded bag. If you use a bathroom scale, weigh yourself holding the bag and subtract your body weight. Measure dimensions too. An oversized bag can trigger an oversize fee even if it meets the weight limit. Check your airline's published allowance today. Many carriers show a 23 kilogram, 50 pounds, and 32 kilogram, 70 pounds tier for checked luggage, with different fees for each tier, and carry-on limits around 7.10 kilograms depending on the airline and fare type. Bring a soft extra tote or an empty duffel inside your suitcase so you can shift items at the counter without buying a new bag. Consider weighing individual items, laptop, shoes, toiletry kit, and deciding what to wear on the plane. If you have multiple bags, distribute weight evenly so no single bag tips the scale. Now, the moment at the counter. The agent slides your bag onto the scale. The airline's scale is the final authority. If the bag is over the airline's allowed weight for your fare type, you'll be charged an overweight fee. Often you'll be offered options: pay the fee, remove items and repack, check a second bag, or in rare cases be refused carriage until you comply. If you try to argue about a few ounces, remember the agent is following a rule tied to aircraft safety and handling, not personal preference. Why do airlines enforce weight limits? Think of the airplane like a loaded elevator with many doors. Every bag adds weight, and weight distribution affects balance, fuel burn, and the ability to get safely airborne. Another everyday analogy: baggage allowance is like postage. The heavier the parcel, the more it costs to move. Heavier planes burn more fuel, and the airline's operating costs rise. Those fees offset that cost and the extra staff and equipment required to handle heavy or oversize items. Concrete numbers so you know what to expect. For many U.S. domestic carriers, the first checked bag fee runs $25, $35, a second bag, $35, $45. Overweight fees commonly fall into tiers. Up to 50 pounds, 23 kilograms, may be included on some fares. 51, 70 pounds, 23, 32 kilograms, often costs $50, $100, and above 70 pounds, 32 kilograms, can be $100, $200 or more, and may require special handling or refusal. International flights vary widely. Airlines often charge $100, $300 for overweight or oversize, and some routes have strict limits that will force you to ship items or buy another seat. Worst case, at the gate you are told to remove items, check a bag at a higher fee, or miss the flight while you repack, and if you can't meet the rule, your bag could be refused or routed separately. Risk assessment. The chance of a monetary hit is highest at check-in. The chance of missing your flight is highest if you wait until the gate. If the bag is only slightly overweight and you ask to repack at the counter, you can usually avoid the biggest fees, but you'll cost yourself time and stress. If you try to slip a heavy bag through as carry-on and gate agents force you to check it, the fee at the gate is often higher than at the counter, and you might be last on the plane, or the bag could be delayed for later arrival. The cheapest and safest solutions, in order: 1. Weigh and measure bags at home and repack down to the allowed limit before you leave. 2. Use a quality luggage scale and a soft collapsible tote to shift items instantly. 3. Prioritize a personal item with essentials and wear heavy items, boots, jacket, on board. 4. Buy a higher baggage allowance online before you arrive. Pre-purchased overweight or extra bag allowances are almost always cheaper than paying at the counter or gate. 5. If you need to move large or heavy items regularly, compare courier or freight options. Sometimes shipping is cheaper than repeated overweight fees. A common hidden fee and misleading claim: many booking sites advertise a low fare but hide that the fare is basic or economy basic with no free checked bag. When you try to add a bag, the site shows a low-cost add-on only at booking and then a higher fee at check-in or the counter. Some airlines display a free carry-on for a fare, but exclude it from the cheapest fare classes, or they advertise a free checked bag for loyalty members only. Another trick at kiosks: a large, friendly screen suggests a paid upgrade that includes bag allowance. It uses bright graphics to make the add-on look like the default. Always check the exact fare rules before buying and keep screenshots of what the booking site promised. How to refuse upsells or hidden charges calmly. At the kiosk or counter, ask to see the fare rules and baggage allowance printed on the screen or on your receipt. If a kiosk offers a time-limited Buy Baggage Now button, skip it and open your airline account on your phone to add the bag in the official portal. That price is often the same or lower and gives you a record. If an agent tries to sell you priority boarding as the only way to keep a bag with you, ask for the airline policy or call the airline's official number from your phone. Don't feel pressured into buying on the spot. If the bag is overweight when you get to the counter, polite options in order: redistribute items into your carry-on and personal item, ask if a second checked bag is cheaper than the overweight fee, or remove non-essentials and gate check the bag, sometimes free for carry-on sized items. If you can't reach the allowance, weigh the true cost. Pay the fee, ship the extra items, or repack and remove valuables to carry with you. A few specific airline examples to illustrate ranges. Many North American carriers charge $30 for the first checked bag, domestic, and $40, $100 for overweight tiers. Legacy international carriers frequently charge $100, $200 for overweight, and budget carriers often have steep step functions where anything above the paid allowance is a fixed higher fee. Always check the carrier's baggage policy page before you book. Policies change more often than people expect. Practical packing tips that save money. Use compression cubes to reduce volume. Empty heavy travel-size toiletries into travel bottles, and place heavy items near the wheels of the bag to improve balance and make it easier to lift onto the scale. Opt for a soft-sided bag if you expect to fit into strict size limits. Hard shells are heavier by default. If you're bringing gifts or bottles, consider shipping them to your destination or buying at the arrival city to avoid return trip weight surprises. If you travel rarely, adopt a simple checklist. Weigh your empty bag, list heavy items and decide what to leave out. Check the airline's allowance for your specific fare, pre-buy any additional allowance online, and have a backup tote at the ready. That 5-minute prep at home usually saves $50, $200 at the airport, and prevents the stress of last-minute repacking. Many useful links can be found in the description. Final practical reminder: don't try clever workarounds that hide weight. Stuffing a carry-on to avoid a checked bag fee often backfires at the gate. Be honest, be prepared, and remember the simple rule: weigh early, repack smart, and buy allowance in advance if you know you'll need it. If you liked this explanation, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me make more helpful travel guides. Thanks for watching, and safe travels.